post a tee time on FullForesome. From the main screen, just click on Post a Tee Time. And on this page, we'll put all of the details of our tee time in. We'll start in the when and where section. We'll specify the course, date, and time we're playing. And your course list will only include a list of your favorite courses, so you won't have to look through a long list of courses. Over on the round details section, you'll be able to specify the number of golfers, the number of holes you're going to play, and what type of round you're going to play. And our choices here are social, which are probably going to be most of your rounds, quiet for rounds where maybe you're preparing for a tournament or you just really prefer a quiet, relaxing day on the links, and events. So if you want to try and round up a group for a scramble that you're playing in, this would specify what type of round we're going to be playing. So we'll leave that set to social. You can also put in a note, maybe a note about how nice the weather's going to be, or our golfer here is specifying that his brother's going to be back in town and really wants to play with some of his old friends. And down in the golfers section, this is where we identify who's already agreed to play. So I can just click on Browse, or I could search by name for one of my existing friends. I'll click on Browse, and we'll say that Brad Norman, we already know that he's agreed to play. And he'll get a notification via email to let him know that I've put him into this tee time. And the next thing I can do is I can edit privileges. So if I want Brad Norman, who I just added to the tee time, to be able to invite friends or to make any change to the tee time that I could as the creator of the tee time, I can change that here. I'm not going to demonstrate that, but as long as you know, you can do that. And then the other thing we can do, if I've got somebody coming into town who doesn't use FullForesome at all, and maybe they're maybe a relative who probably isn't going to set up an account for any reason, I could also use Assign Anonymous, and if I click that, then the third spot would be taken up by an anonymous golfer. So the system would know I only have one spot left. But that brings us down to our next spot, which are sending out invitations. And I might want to send out an invitation to certain people before I send invitations to other people. I'm always going to have a preference as to who I play with. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to click Add an Invitation Wave. And up here I'll leave this set to Send Invitations Immediately. And I want to give my friend Bill and my friend Brad a chance to fill this tee time first. So I'm going to send their invitations out right away. So those invitations won't go out until I click on the Post Tee Time button at the end of the process. But those two guys are going to get an invite before anybody else does. Now I can click Add Wave, and we'll put in a second invitation wave. And I'm going to say I want to send these invitations. Let's send those 2 days from now. We'll send those out on August 5th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And at that time, I'm going to invite John and Matt. And we'll assume that Brian and Tim are two guys that I don't know all that well, but we'll come back to them a little bit later. Okay, so we've got two invitation waves going out. Now, if I get down to a couple days before the tee time and my tee time still isn't full, I might want to go ahead and, aside from bothering Brian and Tim, those two guys we just took a look at, I might want to at least make the tee time available for them to join if they so happen to go out on FullForesome and search for tee times to join. So I'm going to say that friends of me can join this tee time, and we'll just choose 2 days before our tee time. So if those two friends that I didn't invite specifically to the tee time go out on FullForesome and they're searching for a group to join, they'll be able to join our group. If I didn't set this, check this box, they wouldn't be able to see my tee time. And if I'm really desperate for a couple of golfers so that I don't get paired up with a couple of strangers at the course that don't really fit our group very well, I can also click this checkbox to allow any golfers that I don't know who use FullForesome, but match the profile that I've set up on my account. So if I'm a really good golfer, I might only want to play with other decent golfers. But to end this, I'm going to go ahead and click on Post a Tee Time, and my tee time is posted. Here I'm just going to see a recap page that tells me my tee time is posted and gives me a recap of all the information I sent in. Now, one more thing worth mentioning. I'll go ahead and I'm going to click Post a Tee Time so that we can put in another feature that we have is using a network of friends like this. It's going to be much easier for you to find large groups of people to play with. So instead of calling a golf course and making a tee time for 4 people, we think that a lot of our users are going to call golf courses and make tee times for 8 or 12 people. So to manage that, all you have to do is change the number of golfers from 4 to, we've kind of capped you off at 20. We can push that up if anybody wants, but we'll just say that we're going to try and fill 3 tee times full of 12 friends. And you can see down here now I've got space for 12 people to join the tee time.